Resolution is based on misinformation and represents the highest level on neo-colonialism and imperialism against the sovereignty of Uganda and Tanzania. It also seeks to deny Ugandans and East Africans the benefits and opportunities from the oil and gas sector. This represents the highest form of economic racism against developing countries.
Who has the right to explore and develop from their own natural resources, and under what condition? That's the nub of the fight between Uganda, Tanzania, and the EU. On Friday, the EU Parliament issued a statement saying they advise all companies and stakeholders linked to the East African crude oil pipeline project to abandon all activities and to cease any production. Now, the worries for the EU Parliament, as cited in the petition, are environmental and linked to human rights abuses. They say detractors of the project have been arbitrarily jailed, and that an oil spill or a leak from this underground project could infest among the many rivers connected to the Great Lakes region and could be a detriment to millions of people who live in that area. Here's more from the EU.
The European Parliament calls for the EU and the international community to exert maximum pressure on Ugandan and Tanzanian authorities, as well as the project promoters and stakeholders, to protect the environment and to put an end to the extractive activities in protected and sensitive ecosystems, including the shores of Lake Albert, and commit to using the best available means to preserve the culture, health, and future of the communities affected.
What the petition will not tell you, however, is the energy poverty of the East African region as a whole, and that many of the East African countries cannot afford to go green. It is estimated that 66% of Ugandans are multidimensionally energy poor, and that 33% of them have always suffered from acute energy poverty. Uganda is one of the countries that could greatly benefit from this pipeline. It's estimated that Uganda has some 1.4 billion barrels of oil under its ground, and that the 1,400-kilometer pipeline planned between it and Tanzania could lift millions out of poverty. And according to the president of Uganda, he had a warning on Twitter for Total Energy, which is one of the companies linked to the pipeline project. He says that should they follow in the footsteps of the warning from the EU Parliament, Uganda and Tanzania stand ready to take their fate into their own hands and chart a course for their own destiny, and that if Total pulls out, they will be ready to find another partner.